All right, people, time for the Wednesday workout. And today we'll be talking about balance and how to sort of like endure bad balance. Because in self-defense, a lot of times we end up in a situation that at times we are in a bad balance, somebody pulling us towards them and we need to balance ourselves. And sometimes we move out of the line of fire, we need to balance ourselves. So that's one of the key factors in maintaining the motion. Okay, so today's warm-up, because we'll be doing a lot with hips and stuff, so let's start by just a simple motion of kicking forward, kicking backwards, okay? Let's go. Get reflex, switch. All right. Then roll your hips a bit. All right, next motion with our hands. Think about grabbing something and pulling it backwards. Grabbing something, pulling it backwards, just like swimming on dry land. Thinking that we are grasping the air and doing this. Focus so that the core is working all the time. All right, roll your hands backwards, forward. And then roll your neck a bit. All right, let's start by doing a bit of balancing on one foot, and let's use some of the exercises we've done with kick, punch, but keep the leg up. So kick, punch, kick, punch. Try to do two, 3 times. Kick, punch, and if you lose balance, don't worry about it. Because at some point, what happens when you lose balance is so that as I start, I have a good control of the center of your body here. And then once you go a little far with your punch, you will lose balance. Don't worry about it. Move with it. So I'm doing a kick, punch, kick, punch. Now move with the punch, okay? So thinking of kick, punch, kick, punch, move with the punch. So we are just training our body to get used to bad balance. The same again. Okay, now you see the small details, you feel the small details. If I'm kicking here and I'm actually trying to make a strong stomping kick, if I miss, I need to have the body power to bring the motion back, okay? So instead of trying not to fall, I am trying to kick all in, then go with the punch. And now I start to fall down. If I don't make a corrective placing of the foot, I'm not saying a step because it's a little bit different. So I'm doing this, and now I'm correcting this foot, thinking from here. So kick, punch. Now I need to do a corrective step, jump a bit forward, so to say. So kick hard, hit hard, and make a corrective step. Very basic balance exercise. This, move forward. This, move forward. Same again, this, move forward. And now, when you are kicking and then you are punching, now my weight is on this leg because it's the only one I have attaching me to the ground. So that's why when I'm here, I need to be able to do a little hop with it. So now, let's try this. One leg is high. It can be here, it can be here, it doesn't matter. Hand is forward. And now I need to move a little bit forward. So if you see the line here, or actually I think this line is better. I'm leaning over here, and now my heel is coming over the line. I start with my toes on the line, and now my heel goes over the line. That's one part of balancing. Same, of course, can be done to the other direction. So you are here, your weight is on this leg, and now I need to balance. Okay? Try this. Try this. So from bad position to good position. From bad position to good position. And again the same thing. From here, I've kicked, I've punched, and now I need to move. Kick, punch, and now I need to move. and move. So from bad position to good position. From bad position to good position. And again the same thing. From here, I've kicked, I've punched, and now I need to move. Kick, punch, and now I need to move. Punch and move. So from bad position to good position. From bad position to good position. And again the same thing. From here, I've kicked, I've punched, and now I need to move. Kick, punch, and now I need to move. Punch and move. So from bad position to good position. From bad position to good position. And again the same thing. From here, I've kicked, I've punched, and now I need to move. The same thing happens. Let's say that there is some sort of threat here. It can be a weapon or sword or something that I need to go here. Now you see, as my shoulder is in front of my feet, now of course in this position it's going to be impossible for me to move this leg because I need to jump up. And as I want to pull the bob towards me, now I need to go with the outer leg. Okay? So if I start to go here, I'm pulling, now I need to move the leg that is outside or further away. All right? So thinking of moving, you can grab something, you can just make your hand go like this, thinking that you are grabbing something, and then move. Quite simple. The key thing is that you are going with your shoulders forward, not making a step here, because you see, I am not moving any place. And if Bob decided to move out, the hand would be still here. So letting my shoulders, my head, lead the way in and get here. So I am now off balance. Since I am moving here, my shoulder is outside of my foot. I am off balance. Now I need to get back to balance, so I shift my leg from here to here. Now you see from this point, I'm going here, off balance, and then moving and gaining balance again. So off balance, moving, and again in balance. These are very, very simple things. But when it comes to training and sort of like enduring bad balance, not being afraid to go to bad balance situation because we know how to get back to good balance, in training this resonates so that we have a threat situation and we're doing things like this. But in order for us to actually move the person to be here, I have to go and endure the bad balance. So thinking of moving your shoulders, bringing your legs in, moving your shoulders, bringing the legs in. There are lots of sayings that, okay, take a small step here and take a funny step there and blah, blah, blah. They are all the same. If I start going sideways, I need to bypass this hand. You see the Bob's hand here? I need to go past it with my head. It needs to be showing there from behind my head. And now I'm here. In wrestling or judo or so, you see two people going like this. Both are trying to balance their feet. And then when the move goes in, first it might be so that, hey, I try to get in here, knowing that the person will try to balance themselves of going even more backwards. And then I need to go and sweep. So those are the perfect examples in the wrestling, judo, or this type of this type of combat sport of how to work with balance and understanding how it works. So one exercise was this. We went to sideways off balance and move with the opposite leg. Another one is that we are leaning forward. And now, to gain good balance, I need to go with the leg that is towards the direction where I'm going. So if I'm leaning forward, now it's going to take too much time for me to do this, but very little time for me to do this. So thinking of going forward here, and again, you see that I am in bad balance. My shoulders are in front of my feet, and now I need to gain good balance. I am moving here. So from here to here. So in training, don't focus on which leg I need to take a step with, because the answer is neither. You are moving outside of the line of fire. You are moving from the bad balance to good balance the shortest way you can. So if it's here, it's going to be this, because it's impossible for me to start with this leg. If I'm moving forward, now it's this leg, because moving forward, it's going to take me too much time to do this. The key thing to practice is a thing that when the punch is coming from here, how do I move? If the punch is coming from here, how do I move? So thinking that something is coming towards your head, the key thing is that where are you going to dodge? Where are you going to go? If you're going forward, same side leg is going to be faster. If you're going towards the attack or away from the attack, probably the outside leg will be better. So those are like for any weapon stretch situations and stuff like that where you really have to move the person out. You have to be able to do this quickly. There is no time for you to start taking steps because now the person is already gone. So understand that diving in and then correcting your position by moving your legs with you, it's the key ingredient of this. Okay? So those are the two exercises that I want you to think about. When moving here, okay, which leg is going? I am moving here, which leg is going? I am moving a little bit more sideways. If I'm moving away from here, again, the leg that is towards the opponent is faster. Because if my weight is here, it's going to be impossible for me to actually jump from here, but to move away from the line of fire this way. And then when I'm being pulled towards the person, it's going to be this. Now, in Krav Maga, these techniques come very often in situations where the opponent is behind you. you are being threatened by a weapon or something like that, and now you start to think that, okay, I need to be able to move here. And now, as you see, I'm starting to go a little bit forward, and then I immediately turn in. If I'm going that way, now the weight is coming on this leg, and I need to be here. So now, create your own style. Think about the attacks, think about moving, and always trying to get to the same level as the person's torso is. If you end up staying in front of the person, you are not actually taking yourself to a bad balance. The same thing happens in a situation where something is coming towards your face and you're here, and now think that, hey, how do I follow from here? I need to be able to balance myself with my front leg, so to say. So very often what I see when something is coming towards a person's face and the person is doing this, and now they are trying to stay upright, and that's why they end up taking a step with the leg that is actually making them worse. Now they are here, upright position. You see my shoulder, my foot, and then step comes in like this. But in order for you to actually move out, you have to be able to balance yourself with the leg here. Very much the same exercise we did with kick, punch, and now balance. It's very hard to do slow because you have to balance yourself. All right? So now, we've had so far kick, punch, balance. We are on the side. So if I'm doing with Bob here, I'm going this on this way. I'm doing kick, I'm doing punch, and I'm balancing. You see that I'm outside here. Let's move my body a bit. So I've been here, I've been kicking, now maybe grabbing the hand, and I end up outside here. I don't end up here, because now the only thing he needs to do is pull backwards and hit me with the other leg, or hand, in this case. That was the first one. So the same motion, whether you are kicking, punching, balancing, or you are defending and balancing. And then if I am moving forward and rolling out, if I'm moving inside, balancing myself with the opposite leg, and then if I first was here, how to get out of the line of fire here. Now, the exercising of this is that you must take yourself into bad balance positions. Now, you can first start with having your legs straight, kicking front and staying here. And now as you start to go sideways, you see how far can you go to actually maintain the balance. If your leg is fully straight and your back is fully straight, this is where the balance starts to go away. So if you are upright like this and you are standing here, start to take your weight here, now you will fall. And understanding that point where you will fall is very important. So what to correct first is that having a little bit tension in the core again. So from here, as I start to go here, now I can endure quite far away. And the only thing I did different was that I was not here. I was here. And it's quite easy for you to make yourself in bad balance. And now, if you start to go at some point, it's going to be quite easy for you to actually balance yourself again to a good position. From here, I'm keeping my foot in front, thinking of a kick or short. I'm going here, 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 here. And as I start to feel bad balance, I will just let the foot work again. So, correct it. Don't keep your back straight. Don't keep your chest front. Have your core with you, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to actually maintain balance. Very good balancing exercises is that once you start doing kicks, especially kicks from a one steady position. And one steady position, what I mean is that I'm making a front kick, making a side kick, I'm making a front kick, side kick, front kick, side kick. And what's the key here? Is that once I bring my knee up, it stays about the same place all the time. If your knee starts to go this and that, the balance is gone. Okay? So easily doing this, this, this. And you can balance yourself by keeping this leg with you. Okay? Try that. So, kicking from one leg raise, so to say. So I started from here, 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 here. All right? So I started from here, 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 here. 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 All right? Yeah, looking good. Try keep doing that. All right, next phase is so that you start adding power to the kicks. And adding power to the kicks means that once I'm doing this, 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 this. So all the kicks are hitting something hard. Now, if you need to train with a brick wall, remember that usually the wall doesn't move. If your wall does, please do take video because we all want to see that. And so you won't end up in a situation like this, that you are falling backwards. So hitting hard and recoiling if you need to kick a brick wall. If you have something like I have a bob here or you have a punching bag or something that moves, very good, or you have a partner who is moving, so that is giving you a lot of opportunities to actually train it. The balance exercise is hard, and then holding a pad and you're kicking and they are moving according to your hits, how hard you hit them. All right, so let's recap. So what sort of exercises? First exercise for today, what we did was balancing with kick and punch. So kick, punch, and move. From this position, one leg up, you jump on your feet here, jump on your feet here, jump on your feet here, and every time you come to your end position in this exercise, think of it as a punch. So what we are doing is a very, very old boxing trick from all the way back in the beginning of 1910s, 20s, and 30s by Jack Dempsey, doing step and kick. So, and doing the power there, nothing new. Or what we have a saying in Eastern Helsinki: once your foot hits the ground, your fist hits the head or the target that you are aiming. That's it. So this exercise. So from bad balance to good balance, both sides. Here and here. All right, keep on doing that. And now to start adding the punch. Start adding the punch once it goes here. Because now you also see that you are not turning too much. Because if I am turning too much here, I am missing the target. Target is here. So have something in your mind that you are targeting with your feet. That's very good. Looking very good. Now, add another punch. Add another punch. Think that you are here. You made the first one, you made the second one, you make the third one, and now you are moving and punching. You are doing this, this, this. And all the time that you are punching, you are actually moving your feet a bit to get there. Punch, 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 punch. The next exercise we had was that you think that something is coming towards your head and you dodge forward and you move inside. So thinking of something coming towards your head, you dodge, you move, you come to here. Don't try to take your legs too far. When you dodge here, and now I'm taking my foot, you see that the foot is coming right beneath my shoulder. Because if I try to take it here, I cannot move anymore. This leg is prohibiting me from going forward. And from here actually comes the same thing, that when people are doing some sparring and stuff, and they have their front leg here, from this position, it's very hard, nearly impossible, to move inside without bringing the other leg with you. So if your foot is so far away from your shoulder line here, if you want to be able to go forward thinking of having the shoulder line here, so the shoulder line, I mean, point from my shoulder to my toe. If my toes are here, it's going to be impossible to go forward because my leg is stopping me. If I'm here, it's going to be less of a problem to move, change the leg position, and so on. So that's why when I talk about ready stance or fighting stance or so, the exercise of this and bringing your legs here, now you are at your ready stance, but that's subject for another session. So, if we were dodging forward, taking yourself from forward to sideways, from forward to here, or vice versa, if it's coming from that side, from here, moving in here, from here, moving in here. Then there was the case that I needed to get behind the person's back. I needed to get behind the person's back here. So that's where I needed to go here first, and then I am doing this. And this comes a lot of times there's a weapon close by on my back and I need to do this, go grab the hand somehow. These are the typical exercises where this sort of bad balance, from good to bad to good balance goes. So if I'm here, I have a weapon here, and now I need to be in bad balance, and now I'm grabbing the hand, perhaps going for a punch or something like that is my next phase. But then I will be here, going backwards. So now Bob has a hand a little bit too high for me to do this, but thinking something like this. So that's the inside, and then going there. Sometimes when my initial reaction is to move away, again, the fastest way to get outside of the line of fire is most of the times moving here. So now, as I'm taking myself to bad balance here, now I'm throwing my foot out with the stomach muscles I have here. All right, so from here, I'm moving with my core here. Sometimes you feel like you have to do a lot of work with your back muscles. So thinking that you are going here and then you are throwing yourself with your back muscles, the correction for that to make it faster is actually have the tension again in your core, thinking that something was coming here and now you start moving actually more from the abs than the back. I had this same effect when we were years and years and years ago, 15, 17 years ago, we were training a defense against a side kick. So partner was doing a side kick coming from here and kicking something like this. And the idea then was, of course, make this motion, so slip and a side kick. But the idea was more of doing this and moving forward, so changing position of your legs. So if I was like this, I would go in and change the position. And as I recall it now, I was facing trouble because I was waiting for it like this. So as you see, my foot was in front of my shoulder, and I was trying to do it from this position. So every time what happened was that I jumped and then I went, because there was no way I could get my front leg back soon enough or fast enough. And now thinking back to that exercise, I was trying my best to do, throwing with my back here. And had I then realized that actually it is your abs that should be working here, and even if I have a bad position of my leg, working with my abs, I can get it there. And then if I have my foot underneath my shoulder, moving with abs, it's going to be a lot easier of doing this. So that's about balancing. All right. So now, for the next week or so, do a lot of exercises where you end up in bad balance, thinking that, hey, there was the attack, I was doing this, and now I have to move and get to a better place. So a lot of things of going to a bad balance and then moving to good balance, and all the time be ready to hit. And you can watch the video as many times as you want. You can stop it as you go by and take an exercise at a time, because now we had tons of stuff here that you need to put into your system. And of course, if you have a chance to go to group training and every time somebody is hitting you or so, remember, okay, now I was in that sort of balance that this foot was here first. And don't worry about it. Just remember where you need to get to. Not to worry that was it a right leg or left leg or which leg should move first. It doesn't matter as long as you will not get hit. So if you did not get hit by the first attack and then the person is kicking you and you are here already, you are not going to get hit. And that is what matters. And every time you make a mistake by doing something like this, and now you get hit with the other hand, you know that, all right, my mistake was that I was afraid of going to a bad balance situation and move from there. All right, guys, that's it. Next week, we won't have online. I'll be traveling. 26th is the next one.